Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I thought it would be a cool idea to share my story about the time that I found out I was pregnant, because I feel like there's people out there that would want to know, right? If you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you guys subscribe. We just recently hit 1K subscribers, so shout out to everyone that is subscribed and interacts with my content, because the engagement is everything. Alright, let's get into this video. I'm gonna take my glasses off. I can't really see y'all, but that's okay. So where do we even start? I don't even know. I'm about to do my makeup. I need a new one of these. Okay, alright, so let's get into it. Wow. So for those that are new here, I'm 23 years old. I will be turning 24 this summer. I have a daughter already. Her name's Kai. Before I get started, I'm going to spray this rose water facial mist on my face. I don't know. It just makes me feel refreshed. I have a daughter. Her name is Kai. She's 5 years old. She's going to be going to kindergarten next year, which we do plan on homeschooling her. That's been the plan for a while, and now that I'm pregnant, I'm a little scared because she's starting school in September and my baby is due in September. So it's a lot happening in September. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work out. I got pregnant with my first kid at 17. So now I'm 23. If you told me that I was gonna have 2 kids before the age of 25, I'd be like, nah, bro, you're lying. You're lying. I don't know. I just didn't see that. Not that it's a bad thing, but I didn't see this coming at all. So I was working at a preschool. Either the end of December or the beginning of January is when I left. Somewhere. I feel like I left before the new year. I want to say I left before the new year. I can't even remember. I would get sick all the time. If you've ever worked in a preschool or worked with kids in general and your immune system is not the best, you probably gotten sick a lot as well. I would get sick so often, but I wasn't the only one that would always get sick. Me and my coworkers would literally take turns getting sick. It was just the thing. Kids get sick and then you end up getting what the kid gets. So towards the end of my stay there, I guess you could say, I was getting sick a lot. So I wasn't suspicious of being pregnant at all back then. Probably because I had a coworker. She just left for maternity leave and she just had a baby. And then another one of my coworkers just found out that she was pregnant. My camera died, so now we're back. But yeah, I don't know what was in the water, but I for sure did not think that I was pregnant at the time, and I wasn't planning on having a child either. Towards the end of my stay there, it was hard for me to work, actually. I was getting really frustrated with just little things that was going on. I definitely feel like I was a lot more emotional, but I don't feel like I showed it when I was at work. But I remember always texting my husband and I'm like, yo, I'm about to quit right now. I'm about to leave right now. Anything and everything irritated me, and when I was just fed up and I was just done. I was just ready to leave. I think that was a sign that I didn't pick up on at first. But as far as getting sick, I do remember now this one random morning, I was so nauseous and I actually threw up before work. And I didn't go in that day. But I think later on that week, it was other kids in the class saying that they weren't feeling good either. And I think another teacher said she wasn't feeling good either. So I think pregnancy did kind of cross my mind, because when you get morning sickness, that's the first thing that comes to your mind is oh, I must be pregnant. But then everybody else saying that they were sick at the same time didn't make me think that I was pregnant. So I kind of just let it go. Okay, so fast forward, I end up leaving the job. I get a new job, and between the time that I'm not working and then between the time that I do start this new job, I have a new symptom. Okay, if you think that you might be pregnant, take this as a sign, because this one really got me. I think a part of me just didn't want to think that I was pregnant, but it's such an obvious sign. Such an obvious sign. So when I was pregnant with my first daughter, my only daughter, my first kid, the first thing that I noticed in my body was, this is TMI, but this is for the girlies, okay? So my nipples they physically looked different. I don't remember if they felt different, but I know they physically looked different. When it came to this pregnancy, I won't say that I saw a change necessarily. However, I was in so much pain. I had so much boob pain. It was so bad. Like, I couldn't sleep at night. It was like to the point where I felt like I was dying. I'm like, yo, like, I didn't want to think this, but a part of me was like, I think I have cancer or something. Like, it was that bad. Like, it just hurt that bad. I called my mother-in-law and I was asking her, like, yo, what kind of doctor do I go to for this pain? Because it was that bad. Like, I don't ever go to the doctor, but when I do, like, you know it's serious. And she was telling me, like, you gotta go to the gyno, whatever. She was like, are you pregnant? That's when it really hit me, like, yo, you actually might be pregnant. I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. And so we got off the phone, and then literally the next day I went and I took a pregnancy test, because I'm like, if I'm pregnant, I need to know. Like, I need to know. And like, she made a valid point. Like, I'm not about to show up to the doctor for them to tell me I'm pregnant. Like, if I'm pregnant, I need to find out on my own. So that's what I did. I went to the store right after work. I got a pregnancy test, and it's so crazy because, mind you, I just started a new job, and I barely know these people. I was only working there a week, and I was keeping them updated with everything that was going on in my life. And so I'm like, yeah, bro, I feel like either I'm dying or I'm pregnant. Like, something's up with my body. Like, I know, like, you know when something is not right. You just know. And I knew. Part of me just didn't want to believe it. I wasn't ready to accept the fact that I was pregnant, honestly. So I take the pregnancy test. I did record it just so I could have that. But I looked crusty, dusty, musty. Like, I don't think anybody wants to see that video. Like, I don't think I showed anybody. I don't even think I showed my husband. I look nasty looking. And I, like, couldn't stop crying. I could not stop crying. If you guys want to see the video, comment below. It's such a vulnerable moment. Even though I've had a baby before, it was just like such an unreal moment to me. I'm like, there's no way this is real. Like, there's no way this is happening. I was in such a disbelief. For whatever reason, couldn't tell you. So I looked at the test and I'm like freaking out. I'm crying. I'm like holding my stomach. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's a baby in there. Like, when you come to that realization, like, there's something growing inside of you, it's like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like a weird feeling. It's a really weird feeling. And I didn't know how far along I was. I couldn't even like think of like the time of when it happened, because usually if I have a pregnancy scare, I can pinpoint. I could be like, okay, I'm pretty sure it was this time. You know what I mean? It was that time. But I really was not sure at all. At the time when I took the test, I was not sure at all. But now I know when it happened. I for sure 110% know when it happened. And I wanted to tell my husband like right away, but I didn't. I don't think I told him just yet. I ended up going to the store and I bought him a gift, and I think I told him the next day. I don't remember if I told him the next day or later on that day. And I don't think he was in shock really. Like, I think I was in shock more than him. I was crying and I was telling him like, I'm scared. I was just scared. Like, I'm not ready for this, you know? And he was comforting me, telling me like, we're gonna be fine, like, we're gonna figure it out, like we always do. Even now, I'm not gonna lie, some days I'm still like, is this real life? Like, am I really having another kid? That doesn't mean that I don't want my son. We didn't tell our family for a while. I wanted to tell my family and tell his family at the same time. Like, I wanted it to be like an intimate moment. I wanted to tell them before I told the world. I did tell my job though. I think the next day I told my job. For those that don't know, I have a twin sister and she doesn't live in the same state as me. She lives in a different state, kind of far away, hours and hours away. So I knew it would be hard to try to get her to come, and I didn't know how to get her up here without spoiling it either. So I did my best and nothing was working. I felt like nothing was going as planned. So first, I think we were gonna have like a family dinner. I was gonna do it at a restaurant. It just wasn't working out, and I was like, okay, let's do a game night. My sister ended up, she was not able to come. So I ended up sending her a gift, and that is actually on my TikTok account. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's actually the cutest thing ever. My sister was still very surprised, but she found out on accident because my daughter told her on accident. So I wanted to tell everybody together. So I invited my parents and I invited his family over. So it's supposed to be like a game night, but I didn't really have any other games besides this one game that was gonna tell them, you know, that I'm pregnant or whatever. So I had a balloon for each person that was supposed to come to the event, to the game night. And basically it was a riddle inside, broken up inside of the balloons. Basically they had to work together and put the pieces together and try to figure out what, I think the game was called What Am I? What Am I? Yeah. And they had to figure out what am I? And obviously it was a baby. So, just threw my brush. His mom called me and said that she couldn't come. And so his side of the family didn't come. But my family was already there. So I was like, all right, we're just going to continue doing this. And then I had a video that I was going to post after I revealed it to them. I was going to post it to the world. And I didn't think that she was going to see it because she does have me on social media, but I don't think she's like on my social media like that. So I didn't think that she would see it. Anyways, my family finds out that I'm having a baby. They're really excited. I start crying. And then I upload the video. I think I uploaded it to TikTok. And then after I uploaded it to TikTok, like 30 minutes later, we get a knock on our door. And I'm like, who is that? And it ends up being his mom and his brother. And I'm like, what are you doing here? And basically, his brother has me on TikTok. And I didn't know that he was going to see the video. But basically, he saw the video. And I guess he showed his mom. And they were like, oh, snap. We got to go right now. So they came over. And that's how they found out. Let me tell you how my sister found out. Because that one was crazy. So, okay. So my husband was going away on like a work trip thing for a week. And so I had to take him to the airport, and it was me and my daughter in the car. And I dropped him off at the airport. Mind you, I'm really emotional. So I called my sister, I FaceTimed her, and I was like crying. And I'm like, yeah, I just dropped him off. I'm so sad, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like crying and trying to like focus on leaving the airport that I didn't even realize that Kyra said something like, oh yeah, we bought a binky for the baby or something like that. We bought something for the baby. And I didn't hear her say that. And then my sister was like, oh, I knew it. Like, you are pregnant. Like, I knew it. And I was like, what? I was like trying to figure out why she was saying that. And I had no idea what she was saying or why she was saying it. I got pissed. I was like pissed off. And I was like, what? Like, I'm not pregnant. And I was like, I like yelled at Kyra because I was just so frustrated. And I'm like, what did you just say? Because mind you, I didn't hear what she said. But I yelled at her. Like, I was like, what did you say? And I hung up on my sister. And then, like, I asked Kyra what she said. And then she realized, like, oh, I shouldn't have said nothing. But she told me what she said. And then I called my sister. And I was like, what did Kai say? Because I honestly didn't even hear her. I was, like, focused on trying to leave the airport. And I was already emotional that my husband was going to be gone for a whole week. What did she say? And so my sister tells me that she said something about like we bought something for the baby. What my daughter was referring to was the present that we got my sister, because that same day I sent my sister like a little gift box that had like a little elephant toy, a binky, just like baby stuff, you know, basically saying like, yo, I'm having a baby, you know. And I told my sister I was going to the post office that day. I didn't tell her like what for or anything like that. So she kind of put the pieces together, and now my sister's like all up on my butt about it, joking and, oh, I knew you were gonna have a baby, blah blah blah, how far along you, blah, 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 just getting all up in my face. I'm like just denying it and stuff, you know. And I just like was like, oh, maybe you're pregnant, maybe you're the one that's pregnant, blah blah blah. When my sister finally got the box, she was very excited. Like, her reaction was so cute. She ended up crying At that point, I still didn't know how far along I was. It was like an estimate between like 10, 11 weeks, but nothing was like certain yet. Me and my husband talked, and we said, should we get a dog, or should we have another baby? And we were like, you know what, let's get a dog. Like, that just seems like it would fit our lifestyle a little bit better right now. So that's what we did. We went and we got a dog, and I'm 100% certain that I was pregnant when we got that dog. Now we have a puppy and a baby on the way, which is mind-blowing. So I'm actually already in my second trimester, but to catch you guys up, I'm 21 weeks and 6 days. Like, this pregnancy is flying by. The biggest thing that I'm worried about is like pushing out a baby again. Like, I'm terrified to push out a baby. I don't even want to put anything on my face. Like, my skin looks so good. Okay, let me tell you guys when I tell my daughter. We honestly didn't really tell her. I don't think we didn't really sit down with her and be like, oh, mommy's pregnant. We didn't do that. Like, my kid is smart. She kind of knew. We just didn't really confirm it with her until like we told everybody. Oh, this camera is about to die too. Okay, thank you guys for watching. This is the final look. Thank you for watching me do my makeup and chit-chatting with me. Let's try to get to 2K subscribers on here. If you're not following me on Instagram or on TikTok, go follow me. I post a lot more on TikTok than anything, so make sure that you go follow on there. I just went through 2 batteries already. This is my 3rd battery. But basically, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys
later.
Ooh, look how cute my makeup looks though. Like,
yeah, it looks fancy.
Yeah, you wanna say bye?
I'm sorry. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye guys.